Alright, hopefully it is doing its thing. You can only hope. Alright, let me see if I can get this to be this. No valley. I'm trying to get it to show just the game for you guys, just so that you guys can see. I know there's a way to get it to work. I just gotta remember what it was. Oh well, whatever. I'm not gonna be moving around much anyway, so. I'm hoping what that means on the low on RAM thing doesn't destroy my chances of you guys being able to see this game. So we are currently doing a mission where we're shunting some cars. So I did do the tutorial. The tutorial's great. It's fun. It's entertaining. We gotta figure out what this thing auto saves way too quick. This thing's got a fan. Where's the fan button? Click. There we go. I feel better now. Alright, so these are the cars we have to grab, so all we gotta do is make sure that we can get into that particular switch, which I got two switches I gotta flick. Flick and smish. Oh, sorry. And then I have to take these cars to a different spot. I gotta make sure that I get past this switch. Alright. Alright, apply the brakes. We're just gonna walk on over here. And we're gonna throw this switch. Wrong button. Here we go. Alright, we're good. Now, I could have turned the locomotive around and done all that crazy stuff, but where's the fun in that, right, guys? Now, the one thing I can say that I don't like about this game is it uses the weird European coupler design rather than the American coupler design. But that's okay. We won't die. I actually always like the European couplers because, you know, they're a different design. I'm just gonna chunk us forward, you know? We've got 3 cars that we got to pick up, and then we got to move them to a different spot. So slow her down a little bit. All right, not that much. Come on. And brakes. All right. Okay. Those on. All right. Now we got to make sure that the handbrakes are off on every one of these. 1. Okay, that one's off. And that one's off. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to apply this handbrake for this one. Oh, never mind, it's already applied. Okay, cool. Alright. Oh, okay, these are already uncoupled. Alright, awesome. Alright, so now my locomotive is ready to go. We gotta find what track we gotta go to first, though. So, it says, according to the thing here, I have to take this to A7L, so I have to figure out where that's at. I believe I saw it earlier. No, that's A5. Alright, where are you at? Is that over here? No, that's B's. The bee's knees. I just checked these, right? Yeah. Wait a minute. A3. These I don't think are designated as tracks, no. Wait, I have the freaking station map. What am I doing? Is that this one? Oh, it is. Okay. Cool. Well, the issue is my locomotive's on the wrong side, but oh well. All right. Let's make sure that's off. That's that. That's off. Wait, wrong button! Oh, this ain't gonna be good. Oh, this ain't good. 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 Give me on the train! Give me on the train! Woo! That was the button I needed. Would have been very bad. Yeah, we gotta get these 3 cars, we gotta load them, and then we gotta put them somewhere else. So I'm almost willing to bet that I'm gonna have to figure out a way that I can swing this train around to where it ends up on the front of the train rather than on the back. And the issue that I see is every track has some cars, so it's going to make it even more difficult. I want to see if I can do some hauling too, like get 3 cars, haul them somewhere. I don't know if this locomotive is particularly built for that, but yeah, there's literally nowhere for me to go and turn this locomotive around. I'm not seeing a single track that would loop around to give me that ability. But hey, I mean, this is a nice locomotive. I do like it. I like it a lot, actually. I need some slowing down. Yeah, because here's our switch, so... Alright, let's go through the switches so that we can make sure that we're in the right spot. Alright, alright, we need to go into this track, but I don't know where we need to stop at. I don't think it really matters as long as you just stop at the track. Yeah. Get her up to about 15 and just let her go. There we go. I like the way that this locomotive looks, though. It's really small, sure, but I like it. It's a cute little guy. It's a hard little worker, too. Look at him. So cute. I want to get the bigger one. They've got, like, I think, 3 other locomotives. I know one of them is a steam engine. One of them's another center cab like this. I didn't throw the switch. Frick. Thought I threw that one. Man. These things are confusing sometimes. See if I can just gas it. Oh, no, I killed it. That's a cool feature. Gas it up and she just moves it around. There we go. Now she's throwing the way she needs to. I guess I need to pay attention to those signs a little bit better. I hope it doesn't want me to load everything up, because that's not going to go well if they do. I like shunting. Shunting's fun. Especially with a locomotive like this that looks like it's built for shunting. Alright, let's go back and look at our little booklet here. Yeah. I don't know how exactly we're supposed to load them, but I'm gonna slam on brakes now before we do something we regret. Alright. Oh, okay, it loads them automatically. Cool. I guess it already knew what it needed. Let me see. Yep, it knew what it needed. So we gotta take these back to B10. So we gotta figure out where B10's at right fast. Because when I figure that out, I'm just gonna reverse these things in there. B10. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll reverse back and put them on the back. Hey guys, this is my car. Look, I drove it to work. Alright. Get on here. So we'll get these put on B10 and then we'll figure it out from there because we'll get paid once we do what we're supposed to, and we're getting paid $6,000. So I think I might just kind of work on that and see if I can get a bigger locomotive license, because getting licensing to operate a bigger locomotive will be nice. I wonder if this thing has like a fuel gauge or something on it. Let's see. Oh yeah, it does. Look at that. Oil, sand. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Look at something. Crosshair, yada yada. Oh. Yeah, this graphics on right now. Yeah, so somebody made a comment last night that I don't think they realize might have screwed up our friendship. But it's not like he ever, or the person I'm referring to, ever cared about friendship anyway. He doesn't even respect his own parents. I don't expect him to respect anybody else. All I'm gonna say is there ain't no darn way that he'd be talking to me like that. Brat would be on the floor begging for mercy. Of course, what do you expect these days? Kids are allowed to talk to their parents however they please. There we go. Get this thing moving. But, you know, that's just every kid nowadays. I've seen kids talk to their parents like they're crap all the time, and I'll tell you, it aggravates the piss out of me. I'm gonna shunt this into the back. Or at least try to. We might eventually get moving good. Fuel cut off, TM light, electronics, wheel slip, sander, wipers. Is it bad that was the first thing I looked for when I got in this locomotive was where the horn was? I was like, alright, where's the horn? I was like... So we're going over there, but we're gonna go back and then push it forward first. But yeah, I don't know if anybody was really curious about what was going on last night, but I was being an idiot, and I found out two of my friends were playing a game that I didn't have. And, you know, if I'm being honest, it kind of looked interesting, kind of didn't. But the principle of it was that I was trying to get across was they didn't message me to see if I wanted to play anything. They didn't message me to see if I was dead or not. Nothing. They just abruptly started playing a game together. And these are two friends that I pretty regularly play with, but not all the time. And one of the friends, being the smart mouth that's allowed to be a smart mouth because he has no punishment whatsoever, by his parents, or parent, excuse me, decides to basically throw it in my face that he plays with me all the time and that it's always, you know, play with me, play with me, play with me. And it's like, well, you know, I'm only asking you to play. If you want to play something else, then that's fine. I don't care. But, you know, a message to see, you know, whatever would be nice. But no, I'm always having to reach out to them in order for them to have anything to do with me. And I pointed that out, and he went down my throat. And I heard, because one of the other friends was streaming, and I heard over the stream that, oh, he's probably not going to want to play with us for a while. And then that person made a comment, that's fine by me. So, you know, this was one of the games that person wanted me to get. So, I got it, but I'm not playing it with him. That's not happening. I was going to get a multiplayer mod so that we could play together, but that's not happening either. Alright, let's see. I gotta realign most of these switches, I think. That one's good, because that one's aligned. That one's good and aligned. Which one am I going into? This one right here. Alright, cool, we're aligned. I gotta be really careful with this, though. I'm way too good at shunting. I've played too much Railroader. I gotta be careful though, I don't want her to go too fast. The one thing I can say that I'm hating about this car selection is I can't really see that front car. So I'm having to basically hope and pray that I don't hit or slam into this car selection that I'm going to put this in. I'm going to disconnect the train and move it back too, so that hopefully I get paid the full amount. I don't know how this game works. Like I said, you know, this is my very first time playing Derail Valley. I've only seen a few people actually play the game. One of which I can't stand. Heist. And for the most part it's exciting, but it's definitely not my cup of tea, that's for sure. All this VR stuff. Which, I would love to get a VR headset and try playing this game on VR, but... Start slowing her down. I think we just hit them, so... Let's stop the train and see. I think we just went buffer to buffer with them. Yep, alright, so let's just go on ahead and couple this train up, because I'm assuming it's going to be... Alright, well that's weird. There we go. I'm not going to turn those on because I don't know if they're going to want them open or not. Alright, but we will put this handbrake on. Well, I'm going to try to put the handbrake on. Why is it so heavy? Ugh. Ugh, there we go. Alright, handbrake is on. Alright, let's close that one. And close that one. Disconnect those. There we go. Alright, and back it up slightly. And brake. There we go. Alright, so we should be able to take this over to the office. Whoops, I went past the office. Whoopsies. Alright, there's the order. Yay! Sound like a child. Alright, let's see what licenses we can get. We can get... Oh, boy. Hold on. Ooh. So, SO60, I don't know what that is, $20,000. Which one? Multiple unit, 30,000. Museum. Logistic hall, maintenance service. Oh, wow, they got a lot of... Oh. Alright, so train driver owned. DE2, which is the locomotive that I have owned. Freight haul and shunting. I won't do any of that. Alright, let's see. Let's see. 17,000? Yeah, I don't have the logistics hall yet. So, let's do this one. Wait a minute, hold on. What was this one? Nah, that's a lot. Just for that. Deliver steel rails. Harbor and town. 17,096 minutes. Okay. We're looking for track... B60. Alright. Which is this track. Alright, let's figure out what cars we're looking at. CFF 149. This might be this whole train. CFF 174. Yeah, this is the whole train, isn't it? 470? I'm very thorough with my manifest. Alright, this is the train. Alright, now I gotta figure out where we're going. It says that we're going to Harbor Town. Oh, that's the wrong one. Where's Harbor Town? Guys, I don't know where Harbor Town is. Okay, Harbor Town is over here, so... I don't know what direction I gotta go. Oh wait, hold on, yeah I do. This way. Then I go this way, and that way, and this way. Alright, so let's go make sure these switches are aligned before I start and do anything. So... Wow! 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 Am I going the right way? Hold on. Yes, I am. Alright, cool. Wow! I'm like a child. The only thing is, I'd really like to drive my train in the right direction. Alright, so... I'm assuming we have to go through the eternal cavern of abyss, or whatever you want to call this. This is going to be hard for this locomotive. I don't even know if this thing will be able to do it. Cuckoo! I know I'm cuckoo. You don't have to tell me. Alright, so this one here. Alright. Alright, now. Stop calling me cuckoo, I already know! Man, this owl's calling me cuckoo, guys. I don't know what the world. What have I done to you? Alright. Oh, there we go. Alright, that's aligned. I gotta get the map out every time. Alright, so... I want to go... Schnart. Alright, I don't know which way I want to go, actually. I think I want to go straight, but I kind of want to go this way, too. What happens if I go this way? Hold on, let's find out. Okay, I went the wrong way. We gotta go the other way. So, let me make sure that this line is aligned correctly. It is. Alright. So we go this way, right? Right? And then this way, right? Wait, why am I going back the way I came? What the world? This away. Okay, this away. Nope, I want to go that way. And then I want to go... that away. Alright. We'll worry about all the other switches once we get the job, because I don't even know if it's... well, it gave it to us already. Never mind. What am I talking about? If it gives it to us. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Alright, yeah, let's just... yeah. Alright. Cool. So we've accepted said job. We're gonna be driving the wrong way, but who gives a schnart, right, guys? Alright, how's our fuel looking? Yeah, we got enough fuel. Let's go. That's a cool little button. Alright, so we gotta have ourselves aligned to that track. How's everybody's day going, though? There we go, 5. Okay, so we need this track here, so... I don't normally play on my computer, so in advance, I do apologize. My computer is weird, and unlike my PlayStation that I normally stream on, it, Alright, cool, we're ready. Does it really matter what direction I get this thing to go in, to be honest, though? Alright, hold on. Yeah, that's better. I like that a lot more. Alright, we're gonna... I I can almost guarantee you, like, every locomotive that I'm going to be using is either something German or something Russian. Which they've got a lot of locomotives. I forgot how many locomotives they actually have in this game. I don't remember them having that many. But I will say this, it is nice having a game where you can actually get in the cab and the controls are decently easy to use, rather than the ones that I've played before where the controls are like really difficult to grab and use. Like, I love Railroader, don't get me wrong, I love the fact that you can get in the cab, but it is a pain trying to play. That freaking game, because of how painful the freaking things are. But for the most part, this is easy. I mean, you just go over here. Alright, that one's undone. I gotta make sure all these are undone. Alright, I kind of figured out a way to figure it out, but... Alright, this one's the only one that needs it. Alright, cool. Alright, cool. All brakes are undone. The train is ready to go. Honk the horns and blast the blasts, because here we go, we're about to leave. Alright, and... honk the horn. Let's get her moving. Alright, boys, here we go. It's gonna be the longest train we ever do. Oh, I thought they put a little light. Oh, wow, I just realized they do take some stuff and all. That's cool. It's really cool. The only thing I don't like is they don't have a player model, so needless to say, this looks like the train's moving on its own. Let me pull up the map here. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so we're going this way. And we gotta get to the harbor and hope that I get it in the right spot. Are you gonna be able to pull this old train? Come on. Put it in another notch. See if we can climb up this mountain. Let me know if it's too loud for you guys. Oh, she's struggling. She is struggling to climb this hill. See, that's the one thing I could say that I like about Derail Valley, is it's not just one grade all the way through in certain areas. I like the fact that the grades change, they move. It's just a really nice, like, and this is just basing it off of what I've already, messed with in the game too. How much will I be making off of this? Uh-oh. Oh, wrong button. That's what happened. Yeah, so if I complete this, I'm at $17,000. And we're going to Harbor Town D4I. So, yeah. We're going to be able to make that. Oh boy, this is going to be a struggle. Come on, old girl. She starts wheel slipping, we're going to have a problem. Oh, she's slowing. Come on, girl. Come on. Come on. Come on! Uh-oh. Come on! I'm burning you up! I know, I'm sorry! Come on, old girl! Come on! Come on! No, don't you do it, no! I'm having to baby it up the hill. Let's see if this helps. There we go. How far does this grade go? It just gets worse. Oh God. I'm trying, but this thing is struggling. Why did I decide to go this direction? Is there not another way I could go? Oh, there is, but it would take me 3 years to get over there. Yeesh. Come on, baby. I know you've got some power in you. It'll take you a bit, and I know that. I'm cooking this engine right now. Alright, you're just gonna have to cook for a bit, because I don't know what else I'm supposed to do here. Pretty positive the grade ends right up here, so I can somehow. Oh shoot! No! Here we go. Come on! Go! Go! Oh shoot! I'm gonna blow it up. I'll blow it up. Right. Hold on. I gotta let her idle for a minute. Cool herself down. Alright. Do this and brake. Come on, girl. I know the temperature's getting hot. I'm just gonna have to deal for a second. Just hold on for a bit, girl. Alright. It's better. Let her drift a little. Alright. Gun it again. I'm not ending this mission like this. Come on, girl. Keep pulling. That's all I ask. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. 3. Oh, she's starting to... Okay, good. That's a good sign. That means we got off the grade. Yes! I knew it. Alright, we can cut off the overpoweredness now. Thought for a minute there she was gonna blow up. Alright, well we got most of the switches thrown, so all we gotta do is just make it there. We have so far to go before we even get anywhere near making it there. Oof. Alright, the grade goes up to 0.2, or down to 0.2, whatever. Oh, we're gaining on things again. Let's just gas it a little. Shouldn't kill it too much. Gas it just a little. There we go. This reminds me of when this reminds me of when I went to the train museum not too long ago. Actually, it was last year, and I had the conductor, the engineer. He was sitting over here doodling with all the dials and stuff. I was sitting over here looking out the windows and stuff, and the conductor was out here on this little handrail right here. And he was like directing the dude, telling him like, you know, all the stuff, you know, this, that, and the other. Alright, we're about to hit the turn, so... Here we go, guys. One step closer. I wish they had a better grade. Oh good, they got a shop. Good. And a train repair station too, so that'll be helpful. I think I got most of the lines aligned from what I remember. I got it aligned to take us where we're going, so... They have a passenger service, don't they? I think they do. I can't remember, though. Yeah, most of the lines are switched, so we should be good. Goes up a 0.5 grade, so I think we'll be okay. She can handle a 0.5 grade, I think. go through this too fast. Yep, we're going the right way. Here we go, boys. This is the way. You know, eventually I want to be able to do dual locomotives. I think that'll be fun. Alright. I'm just gonna keep on going. This is basically a straight shot where we're going anyway. Yeah, there's only like one switch that we gotta be aware of when we get there. But other than that, I think we're good. What's the grade looking like right here? Okay, so this green will go, so. Just let her coast for a while. They've got really beautiful scenery out here. Look at that. Beautiful scenery. Got to keep an eye on my fuel and everything because that thing can wear out too. I like driving at night in this game. It's really nice. I mean, I can see for the most part, so it's not that big of a deal. coming into that turn that kind of leads to alright, I gotta make sure that this up here is aligned correctly. 0.3. Okay, we've still got it. Alright. We want to go down. There we go. Oh wow. Okay, cool. Alright, so everything should be aligned the way that we need it now. We're gonna go through that tunnel and then we'll go straight to the harbor. How much money do I have again? 7,000, okay, cool. Alright, well, we're getting close to it, so. Temperature and everything if I can. I don't know what the path is going to look like heading to the harbor, but I do at least know what this looks like, so. That off and let ourselves just drift. We don't want to speed up too much. Apply some brakes so we kind of slow down through this tunnel. negative 1.2% grade. So I'm just gonna keep this thing sit right at the braking rate that I have it right now. Maybe a little bit more. Or less. Right there where I had it was good. Yeah. Alright, it looks like it evens out right through here. Look, another tunnel. Alright. We're almost there, at least. I'll stop it once I get in the yard and figure out where I'm supposed to take this stuff, but I don't want to say. Yes, I'm playing trains again. It's a different train game though. Oy. This one's called Derail Valley. And there's a valley, and I could derail at any moment if I'm not careful, so, yeah. I'm almost to the harbor at least, though. I don't know what the speed limits are through here, so I'm having to, like, kind of judge it. Me if I'm not careful. Yeah, I'm fine. I just got the sniffles. I'll be fine. I'm gonna blow the horn. I don't want this thing going over 30. Ooh, rusty wall. I kind of need to slow this thing down, actually. And considering we're going way past, oh, snart. Oh, hold on. Unfortunately, this thing doesn't have a multiplayer in-game. But apparently there's a mod, but it's a very questionable mod. Right, I gotta stop the train. Alright, what direction am I going? Oh cool, we're going the right direction. Yay! Whoops. I hate this. I hate how you get on the train. Alright, let's just let this thing kind of start rolling on its own. But there's a mod, apparently, to add multiplayer. But the issue is that, the mod uses these weird anime characters. I guess it was because the person that made the mod couldn't find anything else or something. So while there is a mod for it, the player model is a weird anime character, so I'm a little reluctant to get it, but I'm probably gonna get it, depending on a lot of things that happened recently. And depending on if I decide I want to play with the person that was gonna play with me or not. Considering the fact that they threw it in my face that they always play with me, I'm not sure I'm going to, but welcome to Harbor Town. Oh, this is a 2% or a 2.3% grade downhill. I'm gonna need a lot of brakes here. Can there just not be like a happy medium where I can like just barely set this thing? Hey, I didn't come up with the name, okay? I actually kind of need to stop up here because I need to figure out where it is that I'm going. Yeah, right up here is good. .3% grade, so this thing will probably stop on its own. Start applying the brakes here. My ears are ringing. Thank you. Alright, now I gotta go figure out where it is. I have a crew manifest thing. Alright, here we go. Alright, Harbor Town. Here we go. Alright, so we're putting this in D4, so that'll be over in this area over here. Alright, so let me go make sure the switches are aligned right. Alright, so that's aligned correctly. I don't believe so, because the damage model doesn't work like that in this game. Alright, so over here on the map. Yeah. Where the hell are the railroad tracks? Okay, here, hold on. I gotta go back. Alright, so... Alright, there's the railroad tracks. Alright, the railroad tracks go this way. Alright, we follow said railroad tracks. Where the flip am I going now? That one. There we go. Alright, I'm assuming we want to go this way, right? Yeah. Then there's that issue, because I don't know what direction I need to go from there. Hold on, I know! Free mode! Wow! Alright. What track is this? Alright, that's the C, so we don't want to go there. Alright, so we want to keep going straight on this. So, that's aligned correctly. But we do want to go into the D selection, so I need to figure out where the D manifest is. And we're going into... D4. No, you can pay to have your train re-railed and stuff. Alright, D4I is this one. But I can pull forward, I believe. Alright, so let me get this aligned correctly first. Alright, so it's already aligned correctly for that. Alright. Cool, alright, so that's all already aligned the way it needs to be. I guess they heard I was coming. Alright. Now, I believe there's a separate way that you can do this. Correct? No, I'm just screwed. Boy, I love this game. Hold on, where does this one go? Okay, this one goes all the way over here, but it does not have one that'll lead. Yeah, it does. Hold on. Where does this one go? Well, it kinda does, and it kinda doesn't. What the hell? Damn it, Franz! Why the hell did you design your train like this? Oh fuck, I done screwed myself over. I don't know where the hell I'm at. Okay. We're back. Alright. Alrighty. We need to go into the D selector, but the issue is... there's no way to turn my train around once I get it. Oh yeah, there is. There's... okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, we're good. I was having like a panic attack. I was like, oh my gosh, oh, I'm gonna... That'll at least solve that issue. There we go. Dunk. Alright. So that one's already thrown, right? Yep. Okay, cool. So all of the tracks are ready for my delivery, so... Benjamin, the way that I believe that Derail Valley works is if you derail a train, you have to pay to either purchase a new one, or you have to pay to re-rail or return your train to the service station so that they can fix it. I know that you have to pay to fix it. That's just a given. But, yeah. That's how that works, I believe. Alright. Now, we don't want to come in here too hot because, you know, obviously it's a harbor. Yeah, I only have, currently to my name in this game, $7,000. Look at that. I'm rich. I'm actually richer in this game right now than I am in real life. Oh, wow. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold that thought. Hold. Brakes. 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 Oh, cool. We can look at all the cool locomotives. Okay, so these are actually two of the locomotives that I don't have access to yet. This one, the DH4 license is what is required for this one. It's basically a bigger version of what I'm already driving. And then you have this one that is steam powered. Look at that. That's beautiful. That is awesome. And they're both the same, by the way. And then, of course, this is what I'm using right now. Look at that little baby. Funny enough, I can drive any one of those if I want to. So if I don't want to get this one and use it, I could take that one and I'd be completely fine. We're not going to talk about the fact that I had this thing in the red line earlier trying to get up a hill. The goal that I have right now is actually getting the ability to get that bigger locomotive so that I can haul more things. But this thing is all I have right now. Also, it looks like crap right now. I think I blew it up a little bit earlier when I was trying to use it. Oh, look, there's another one sitting over here. Look at that, there's another one I can drive. Look at that. There's also, funny enough, there's also a thing that I can get where it basically just allows me to hook up more than one locomotive. I'll show you all that once I get done with this mission, because I'm making $17,000 off of this, which will give me enough to purchase that other locomotive. I should say it the way I mean it, to purchase the ability to use that other locomotive. They have more locomotives than I remember them having, because I remember it being like 3 different diesels and then that steam locomotive that I just showed you. And I think they've actually upgraded how many more by like 1 or 2 vehicles that they have in the game. Look at that. That's cool. How long have I been streaming this? Holy cow, has it really been an hour and 27 minutes? Yeesh. I've only done 2 jobs. These jobs, though, to be fair, they do take a while. If I remember correctly, this one said it would take, and I quote, 90 minutes to do. Alright, we're in the right track, so we're just gonna ever so slowly pull this forward and park it. I want to do some like boxcar trains and stuff. That'll be fun. Of course, as you can see, you can do hazmat. Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm glad you're here. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad you're here. But it goes to show exactly what I talk about like all the time about how nobody ever shows up the stuff that I ever actually enjoy. Alright, well, first of all, we're going to put the handbrake on this. There we go, that's locked. Alright. There we go. Alright, now I have to go find the little station that I have to go and deliver this to. Oh, there it is. Meow. Wait, I was wrong. That ain't it. That ain't it at all. Nope. Mm-mm. Where is it? Hold on. I have an easier way. Wow. Alright, I'm looking for a little building that has the, stuff in it that I need. That ain't it. Damn, where'd they put it? I know they got an office, I just gotta find it. It's gonna be one of those ones where it's like, oh yeah, I was over here all the time, and I was like, okay. Alright, there's the roundhouse. Oh yeah, this is stuff I don't have access to yet. Look at that. Heli choppers, dude. This is like military grade stuff here. I don't even have access to this area. But look at that, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's like a building, but I don't know where the bloody building is at. I've watched Heist a few times. I know it's over here. I just gotta find the darn thing. I'm about to look it up on YouTube and be like, where's the place? Nope, that ain't it. Well, hold on. Here we... Alright. Turn that off. Pull up my map. Oh my Jesus, where are you at? No. 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 It's all construction equipment and stuff. You watch it, I've been flying by it the whole darn time and haven't even paid attention to it. What I tell you? Oh, this is a shop. Well, we're gonna look at it anyway. Yeah, this thing's got all kind of stuff in it. It's got blue blinkers. Yeah, stuff I don't even use, but is still cool. Well, that tells me that I'm here. I just gotta find the darn place. Is it like in some kind of weird looking area? Hold on. About to look it up on YouTube. I was right. Right in my face. It's right here. Why would you do this to somebody? Alright, watch this. I told you. I told you I'd find it. I cheated a little. What? I was gonna. Okay, hold on. Now, this is where things get interesting. Alright, let me check my wallet. I have $34,000. So, licenses. Hang on. Before I go and do that, I need to go make sure that was the locomotive that I wanted. If not, then there's no need in me trying to get this license. I think this is the next best one. GH4. Alright. Alright. $50,000! Huh? Hang on, let's go see what all these other ones are then. Because I might be able to power the steam train. Nope, I don't have access to that either. Oh well. I guess we're grinding for $50,000. Let's go see what kind of jobs they have. I might be able to get something decent. All right, let's see. What do we got? Holy moly! Attention. Harbor Town, $19,000 kaput. Shunting. 3 drop-offs, unload and store a train with alcohol. I don't have the classifications for this. Yoink. 19, ooh, 20,000. Machine factory in town. All right, let's drop that. Pull up the map. All right, let's see. Sawmill. Coal mine. Coal mine. Goods factory in town. Alright, I gotta look for the machine factory. Steel mill. Oil well. City West. Shit. That is a long-ass damn way to try and... No, hell no. That is a long damn way. I'd never make that. Shit. I mean, alright, so we're down here at HB. If I did this the way I'm thinking I'm gonna do it, I'd go all the way down here, go all the way up here, go all the way this way, go all the way that way, up this way, and all the way that way. No! Oh, that is not happening. I love you, but, no, I can't. That's too long. Alright, let's see what else. Logistics hall. Sawmill. I don't have the logistics license yet. Dang it. Iron ore mine west. Alright, let's figure out where that's at. Shit! What the hell? I can't do this one either. Wait. Not with the locomotive I have currently. Now this one I can do. I know where the sawmill's at. Watch. Alright. 2, sawmill is down there. Look. Down here. See? This one won't take near as long. I'll do this one. I'll take this one, please. Fuck! I don't have the Train Link 2 license. $20,000! Oh, no. No. Oh, here's one. Shit! Damn it! I think I could do this one. Harbor and town. From steel mill. What the hell? You want me to drive all the way to the steel mill? Fuck that, I'll teleport over there. And then take whatever they have at Harbor Town, which is over here. Just out of curiosity, do I have... Hell yeah. Alright, well, this is gonna take a while, so, I gotta figure out what direction I'm going. Wait, what's the mission? Steel mill. Yeah. Alright, over here, right? Yeah. Whack. Alright, huh? Pain and suffering, here I come, doo-dah, doo-dah. I sure hope they got a train for me right now. Aha, they do. Perfect. The best part is I already know my way around this locomotive and this place, so I just gotta figure out where it is. Alright. I'm sorry, what? Oh, okay, it's different. It's different. Okay, hold on. Where the hell are they sitting at? Excuse me? So I thought the steel mill was where I had to go. No, I had to go over here. And I have to go to track number D4I, which is the one I just delivered to. Okay. That's easy enough. I'm pissed off. Open my doors, damn it. Let me make sure that, Alright. Yep, that works. Oh, come on, you stupid game. Shit! Alright, let me go make sure that all the tracks are aligned the way they need to be. D4I, which is where I just delivered to. Alright. Wait, is my locomotive still sitting behind it? It is. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Alright, well. Wait a minute, why am I firing that one up when I got this one? I think I understand why. Hold on. Where am I taking these? D7L. Alright, let me figure out where that's at. D7L is right here. That's why. I'm not trying to... Yeah, I'll grab the other one. The other one will be able to do it a little bit better. Because of where it's sitting. Oops, I turned them on wrong. Go. Get it in forward. Make sure. So I'm grinding for $50,000 so I can get that other locomotive. Because if I can get that other locomotive, I can actually start getting better loads and stuff. And if I get that other locomotive, all right, just hold on. I'll actually show you guys. All right, hold on. brakes. Alright, we'll just jump off here. If I get that, alright, confirm, I can then get the multi-unit thing. Wait, what? I get the multi-unit thing right now. Which means I can hook up more than one locomotive to my train, and I can haul bigger loads. We'll just wait. I want to get the bigger locomotive first. I don't want to drive this thing around all day. We'll worry about the bigger locomotive later, or the multi-unit thing later. Because if I get a multi-unit, that means I can grab like 2 of these, put them and hook them up together, and I can have double the power that I would have had I just left it at 1. Let's see, how much am I making off of this job anyway? 21, alright. And I have currently 34. I'll have enough for the locomotive after this mission. Funny enough. So, you know, it's not that bad. I get a bigger locomotive, then I can start working towards getting better licenses and stuff. Like the hazmat license, that'll allow me to haul things and all. Eventually, I want to get to a point with this game that I can haul whatever I want, whenever I want, with whatever I want. And there is a sandbox mode, by the way, to this game, but I figured I'd do a career mode. And then we'll check out the sandbox mode another day. So that, you know. Yeah, that's the little thing that I'd have to use to hook up multiple units. Alright, so we're going to grab that one, unload it, and then we got to stick it wherever it wants us to stick it. Wait, let me look. D5, D7, which is... Wait, D7L. I might have to go and look at that again. What did that one say on the sign? D7L. Is it S or L that I have to go do first? Okay, yeah. Okay, cool, we're good. Alright, nice and easy. We don't want to slam into it. We slammed into it pretty hard, actually. Oh well, no big deal. Alright, I think the other one should be unhooked, but I'm gonna go make sure first. I find it funny how we get a mission right after to shunt these after I just got done delivering them. And make sure this one isn't hooked up. Nope, okay. Yeah, Ben, I bet you'd like something like this. Seem like a kind of guy that would like something like this. I mean, you know, I don't know if you like train games or not, but you'd like it. All right. Hang on. So, do I want to ask you? Okay, so where is the other D's? Because, hold on, what's that one beside it? 60. Is there another D variant over somewhere? Oh, that might be where that's all at. Hold on. That might be the D area over there, too. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out when we get there. Hello. Welcome to existence. I'm your host, Existee. Yeah, I finally got it. I haven't derailed yet, and I've been playing for 2 hours. I think I'm accomplishing something. And break. I even did the tutorial without derailing. Although that handcart, let me just tell you, that handcart's a pain in the rear. I'll tell you. Why anybody would use that blasted thing, I don't know, but I wouldn't. Is there a bell button in here? Wheel slip, fuel cut off. There's not a bell button in here. It's weird. Yeah, I finally decided to get it. I was kind of avoiding it for the longest time because the YouTuber that I don't like plays it, but oh well. Who gives a shit, right? I like it. It gives me something else to do other than playing Railroader or Railroads Online, and if I'm being honest, Railroads Online has been ish. Railroads Online has went downhill severely. I want a dang bell! I want to toot toot and boot boot my horns and bells. Toot toot and ding ding, you know? Alrighty. Let me make sure this is right. Yep. I just gotta find that little control handle that they have where it'll unload or load you. I don't know what you mean by demonstrations. Alright, I gotta find that little control handle that they might or might not have over here. Let's go buy it. I did. Alright, here we go. Guess what? Donk! Alright, cool. Now, I have to figure out where these cars are going, so... Oh, wrong page. Alright. Alright, let's see. Where are you going? 7-9. Go to D5S. So you, and you go to D5S. I'm probably playing this game way too realistically, but hey, I don't care. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of my summer car, so... That's a nice feature. Alright, I gotta figure out which one D5S is on. D5S, right here. Alright, cool. So 3 of them go here. I'm more or less just playing to get the locomotives. I don't really care about anything else, if I'm being honest. Train. Restoring a locomotive does sound cool, though. But, yeah, like I said, I'm more or less, right now, I'm more concerned with getting all the locomotives and getting all the licenses so that I can goof around and do what I want. I wanna pull a newt out and just shove it up somebody's rear end, you know? Now, once I do that, you know, I don't know if I'll go and do a more harder save or not. Hey, Benjamin, you're not allowed to leave. Go grab your whatever you're gonna eat and you sit down. Sit down. Oh boy, yeah, I'm not too sure I'll be too good at that, but I'm gonna try. It doesn't normally go well, ever. Nice and easy. We don't want to slam into it. Alright, we got it. We can stop now. Alright, the first 3, so... These ones are the ones we're leaving, correct? Yes. Okay. And then we go down the line. Hook these up. There we go. Now they're ready. All right, now next page, 7S. That one's the one. G7S. Okay. Okay. That's what was confusing me. Where the hell's the G's at? Oh, okay, they're right over there. Okay, hold on. Okay. Alright, G7S. Alright. And G2S. So 7S and 2S. Okay, cool. That works for me. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about the handbrake. I can't believe I forgot about the handbrake. Normally I'm good about the handbrake. Okay, cool, I can. Perfect. I like the look of this little locomotive, don't get me wrong, but it is just too tiny for me. Honestly though, if I was first starting off on a railroad, this is about the size locomotive that I would expect any railroad to get you to start with. You know, it's like, here's your training locomotive. You get to use this for such and such amount of days, and then we'll upgrade you. And it's like, I've been doing this for 2 days. I can use a bigger one. Trust me. Oh, come on. Oh, my lord. I hate this. Alright, we're just gonna take that brake off, and I'm gonna very quickly teleport over here and make sure that it's aligned the way it needs to be. Alright, that'll go. That'll go. Alright, cool. We're ready. Whoosh. Give me just a second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm back now. Alright, yeah, okay, cool. Alright. We're gonna throw this where it belongs, and then we're gonna reverse and go to that one. Alrighty, we'll just put this in where it needs to go. Apply a little brake. There we go. Not too much. Alright. Alright. Uh-oh. Why is my game lagging? I don't know why it was. That was weird. Alright, handbrake on. There. Okay. Okay. There we go. Now that's done. Okay, we're going to pull this one out and park it over here where they're wanting it. And then, let's see. I got to figure out how to get that one. I think it's just a switch of 1 or 2. Yeah, just like 1 or 2. Yeah, just throw that one, and then that should be good. then we got this one that we got to deliver, and then that'll be it. And we can collect our lovely amount of money that we're gonna probably get, and that'll be it. I like how for the most part, like most of the ones of the cars are flatbeds. All right. Turn those. Do that. Do that. Make sure we do this. And now I should be able to go get paid. Hurry. Yay! Alright, now I can get my license, because I have $66,000. Son of a... I guess I have to buy all the licenses first, don't I? Let's see what it says if I just try to buy the train link. Yep. Fees not cleared. What the hell fees do I have? Oh, okay. Hold on. Got you. Alright, cool. Now, licenses. You know what? Why don't we just buy all the licenses? That way we can just, have all of them. Alright. And then... Concurrent orders. I don't know what the hell that means. But I'm assuming in order to, here we go. Alright. Now, I can do some stuff. What's this one? Forest Town to Sawmill. Deliver forest trailers. $20,000. I bet I can do this one. Yes, I can. Alright, now where are these trailers at? They are at E50. Alright, cool. So let me go grab my locomotive, and I have to go find E50. It's over there. Alright, that's easy enough. Must have stopped working. Alright. So we just got a buttload of licenses, and apparently I have to have those licenses in order to even get to the locomotives. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go down the list of licenses, buy every license that we possibly can, and then we'll take care of everything else. So at this current moment, we are heading to E, or one of the E things. So we're going to go grab the E thing. Oh shoot, hold on. Break. I forgot to throw that switch. I think I might go rest, actually, because I really don't want to drive in the dark, honestly, if I don't have to. No, maybe there's a setting that they have where you can audio, signal log, motion blur. Apparently not. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take this stuff to the sawmill and try and take care of business. Alright, so we are looking for E50. Which is this track right here. And I'm assuming we're grabbing all of these trailers, right? How many trailers is it? 5 cars, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. Yes, these are the trailers. Alright, so let me make sure that we are aligned for E50. Okay. Okay. Alright. Boy, they got rough tracks through here, don't they? Do they give us a time that it has to be done? Oh, it just says 196 minutes, so I have that amount of time to do it. And then we're going to Sawmill. Oh, okay, we're just delivering it to the Sawmill B31. Alright, cool. figure out all the details once we get closer. Look at that, they got tractors that we can haul. Well, what kind of tractors are those anyway? These look like Fiats, almost. I sure do hope that this is an easy mission. Alright, let's undo this one. Go down the line and make sure that everything's set up the way it needs to be. Yep. Alright, cool. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, now the next part becomes the interesting part. I get to go down the line and see where I need to make some changes. So the first big change that I'm going to go on ahead and do before we even get started is I'm going to have us go, instead of going the way we went before, we're just going to go straight through. So we're going to go this way, yes. But, hold on. Is that, wait, what? Hold on. What? Hang on. That makes no sense to me. Hold on. Yeah. No, we're coming. It's just not going to miles from that field that the east string is in there. Yeah. It's going to be a white box. And there's the east string on it. If it's not on there, we can get through it. Okay. I got to change it with you. Okay. But it all then is that before the oil started. That's the only thing I'm hoping it that way because I can't get it. It's the medicine box. And then what I do, right. I got to go so I don't know late. It's going to start to get it myself, but I didn't have no reason with late. Yeah, maybe somebody had the reason. So you can't go down into this pipe here and tell them the rain and nothing like it's doing. But then wonderful. And I got in it kind of good while going the way the business. I just got the rest and out. And it's like 3:30, it's like later. 3:16. That's it, guys. It was with my 36 driving. My 36 driving. I said to the water the rest of the time. In the last minute. Okay. I think that really encouraged me to put in the effort. I didn't know that I had put 20 in that phone line and it started 51. You know, having the 550. I'm not coming for that. That's where I go first. It's 351. It means that I always put there for that. It's 39 up there too. Yeah, it's free. I'm not to do that. I try not to get there first. I'm not going to go period because, but I got food and I didn't have that up right now, so I got food to say the thing that it didn't take me that I'm off 30 to 34. Oh. And I got the food out the food and I just, I didn't know if they took it over. Alright, be careful. Alright, be careful. Okay. We go up the mountain here that's going to be a pain in the rear end to try and get up, and we all know it. And this is where we're going to have our issues right here. Alright, so Throw that switch. And let's see which is okay, that one's alright, cool. We're in a quick travel right fast. This ain't very quick, but I'm getting myself ready for another haul that I'm doing. I want to get all the switches and stuff aligned before I come this way. Uh-oh, I lost the tracks. That's never good. That's why we go in. Why won't it let me inside the freaking thing here? Come on. Oh my god. Really? Okay, there it is. Alright, so this is the station, I believe, is what they call this. Yes, I'm at, quote unquote, the station. So, I want to shoot as straight through it as I possibly can. So they've got me going this way. No, I had to buy a buttload of licenses before I could get it, unfortunately. So yeah, I got screwed out of my locomotive. So yeah, kind of upset about that. Oh boy. Oh, this is the Railroad Museum. That's cool. That's what they meant by that. Okay, so we can't go that way, so we'll just throw that. Alright, and then we got a clear shot through. Oh, gas station. And this should lead me straight out of here. Yep. Alright, cool. Yeah, we'll worry about everything else once we get to it. I just wanted to do this part. Actually, let me see if I can teleport. Yeah. There we go. Cinematic lightning, yeah. A lot of this stuff is actually pretty cool. It's just that alright. Now, this is where I'm gonna be coming from. It looks like it's gonna be an incline all the way, so that'll be fun. Alright, so clear shot. Alright, perfect. Right? Yeah, we'll worry about the rest of that once we get to it. Oh, look, that's one of the locomotives they have right there. I didn't even notice that one. It's a cute little locomotive. Home. Alright, now I gotta go and get my locomotive. She's ready to go, so we gotta turn the wipers on, so there we go. And since that's going to be an issue, we're just going to close these two. There we go. There we go. What?
I'm going south.
Yeah.
That last night. I told her, I said, I would have. I could hunt that house and send it to the church.
Yeah.
That's my damn day off.
Yeah.
Or there's anyway, I'm trying not to do that.
Mm-hmm.
If I can have to give you guys my number, I may pick up that. That's next month. I like that. At least part of the life. You know, I'm not trying to spend all my time with this job. I'm going to just come back and get the other things about that.
Okay.
I'm doing this special by myself.
I'd go with you if I could. Okay. Gotta be careful coming in and out of this harbor. Oh, that did not sound good. You want some train music? I got you. I'm actually about to have to put this thing at full throttle because it's about to be a very steep climb that we're going to have. You're about to watch that temperature go. I would play train music if it wasn't for the fact that I know if it wasn't for the fact I get copyrighted for it. They have music in like the starter menu, but that's about it. They don't have it anywhere else. There's not a radio. Danger, high voltage. But I want to play with it. Alright, here we are. It's supposed to be a much lighter train than the one I used earlier. I'm only going to make $20,000 off of this. So, yeah. Now I know why I'm going to start keeping that closed. Here we go, now I can see a little bit better. Okay. This is the second time I've drove this thing backwards. I don't think there's been a time yet that I've actually drove this thing forwards. No, I try not to play with wires that are smoking. So I would suggest getting a new charger cable at that point. Don't taste it. Don't. Oh, well, too late. Alright, we're about to go through that area, so. This is going to be the part where I need to slow down. Tasting electrical wires. I got $6,000 left. Oh my god. You wanting the belly scratches, buddy? You're such a good boy. We're out of here, so we can start powering her back up again for whatever the ride might bring us. Looks like a steep incline, so we want to get as much speed as we can. No, Benjamin, you don't get belly scratches. You're not a dog. And even if you were, you're a bad dog. Just add insult to injury and just be like, even if you were, you're a bad dog. I'm gonna close this door, make it a little bit less loud in here. Bro, what is wrong with you? Please? Well, I think this will be done soon, I think. Dear jeez, I've been playing this game for almost 3 hours. Eesh. Next thing you know, Benjamin, you're gonna tell me that you're a furry and you didn't bother to tell me or something like that. Benjamin went awful silent. I don't think I want a list. Oh boy. No! Wait, hold on, Benjamin, for real, just for like a split second moment. Are you legit a furry? It doesn't matter if you are, I'm just curious. Oh, okay. Good. I mean, it's not a question that I go around asking people. I mean, I'm not gonna walk up to some random dude and be like, hey dude, are you a furry? And be like, awkward conversation for the rest of the day or anything. Oh boy. We're not burning that much fuel on this locomotive either. This thing's actually got decent fuel economy. the one thing, though, since we got on that conversation, you know, one thing that really pisses me off about the furry community is now they have it labeled to where if you like anthropomorphic animals, by definition, you're a furry. And I hate that, and I think that is like the dumbest definition of a furry I've ever heard. Because I love Zootopia and Zootopia 2, and by definition, those are anthropomorphic animals. That doesn't make me a furry. I don't identify with those people. I would never identify with those people. And I hate the fact that they just think that they can just monopolize they think they can just monopolize something just because they like it. It's like, I love anthropomorphic animals. I love werewolves. I love the idea of werewolves and anthropomorphic animals, and I love seeing what people do with that. But that doesn't mean that I'm a furry. I just like the idea. I think it's cool. And, I guess what I'm saying is I think the way that they define themselves is really stupid. Like, and see, there's actually, funny enough, there's a disagreement in their community as to what makes you a furry, too. Because I was reading a comment section one time, and one person said, basically, the only thing that you needed to make yourself a furry was to say, I identify as a furry, right? And then other people were saying, well, if you like anthropomorphic animals and you say you identify as a furry, you're a furry, but you have to have both of those things, or this and that. And it's like, I'm okay with just the single thing over here. I think honestly, being a furry is like waking up one day and you're deciding you want to be gay or lesbian. It's a decision that you just randomly make. It doesn't have to involve anything else. And I think to say that it does is really stupid. Being a furry is like deciding, like I just said, to be gay or lesbian. Is something that you wake up and decide that you want to do. It's not something that requires a list of things for you to check off. In order for you to identify as. Like, I mean, okay, I'm a straight dude that happens to like wolves and Zootopia 2 and Zootopia, and Judy Hopps is my favorite animated character. But that, I don't call myself furry. Hell no. I'd rather have my eyes gouged out than to be labeled as one of them people. Yeah. And see, another thing I've seen, and I love the conversations that we're having, it's so weird. Another thing that I've seen people say, in order for you to be a furry, you have to have a character that you dress up as. I have a channel mascot, or not dress up as, but you have to have a character that you draw and stuff. I have a channel mascot. Again, not a furry. There's never been a moment in my life where I've sat here and I've thought, maybe I want to be a furry. There's never been a moment in my life where I've sat there and physically thought that. I had people, when I was getting attacked for the longest time, trying to get me to be a representative of the furry community. And I'm like, I don't even like you people. Why are you trying to make me a representative over you? Because there were so many people out there that were spreading lies saying that I was a furry and that this and that. There were so many rumors that were going around, and I find half of them to be hilarious. If I remember correctly, there was a rumor that I wore a bikini. There was a rumor that I ate shit and liked it. There was a rumor that I wore, I think, nail polish or some shit like that. There was a rumor going around that I was a furry. There were so many freaking rumors going around about me, and it was so freaking stupid. It's like people hated me enough to make these stupid rumors about me. Is it raining anymore? It's not. There we go. Let me turn those off. Now I can close the door. Here we go. You wouldn't believe half the rumors and stuff that were started about me. And from what I understand, the way that these people were getting access to these rumors is there was this forum that somebody had created that was apparently really hard to get to, and the only way that you could get to it is if you really, really wanted to get to it. So, like, it's like all these people that were coming after me, I knew either had a grudge against something that I had said in the past, or hated me because of something that I had done to them, again, in the past. And it's like, you know, what's in the past is in the past. If you can't move on, that's not my problem, you know? But anyway, yeah, that was a whole thing that I thought was pretty fucking funny. And then come to find out, a dude tried to find out if all of it was true, and he got stumped. And this guy was a guy that is apparently an internet troll, and he couldn't find anything on me. So all he could say, and he did a live stream on it, of course he privated it, but from what I understand, what I was told in the live stream, all he said was, I couldn't find anything, but there's something wrong with this dude. And it's like, dude, there's something wrong with all of us. So just admit that you didn't find shit and just move on and stop trying to come up with something, you know? But yeah, I've always been one that kind of liked those kind of animated films. Like, I've always been one that's liked animated films more than I have anything else. Ferdinand, Zootopia. I'm not really too crazy into it, but kind of, sort of. I like The Incredibles, The Incredibles 2. I love most of the Pixar movies. Luca was a good movie. I liked Luca. That was a good one. Yeah, exactly. Haters are gonna hate. And that's what made it funny. Like, they were so, like, I'm not gonna say cowardice, but, like, they were so hell-bent on bringing me down that they made this private thing or whatever that was apparently impossible to find unless you were really good at finding stuff. And everybody that I sent looking for it could not find it. So I came up with two different conclusions. Either one, it never existed to begin with, and it was just one person bringing up or making several different accounts trying to get me to admit stuff that wasn't even true to begin with. Or there was one, but they didn't make it public because they knew if they did, I would have had it shut down. I find it funny when a hater is scraping the barrel in terms of insults and things through it. Yeah, exactly. I gotta be careful because when I come around the corner up here, I gotta make sure the switch that they have is aligned correctly. No, I think the thing that makes me laugh the hardest is like when people are hypocrites and they hate on other people. I've encountered before several people that will say, oh, well, you know, it's bad to date minors. And then I find out later on that they themselves were dating minors. And it's like, okay, the hypocrisy with you is great, you know? And I'll agree, like, I don't agree with dating minors. I don't at all. I don't give a shit if that minor consents or not. I don't agree with it. I mean, you know, but funny thing is, if you go back and look in, like, the 1800s and stuff, when America was first starting, funny enough, children, or like 15, 16-year-old girls, were supposed to have already found a guy to marry before they turned 18. Which I find to just be the crazy thing. And then now in today's society, it's like when we hear about somebody who's like the age of, I don't know, 16, dating a guy that's like, I don't know, let's say 20, all of a sudden, oh, he's a pedophile. It's like, if you go back and look in history, shit like that was going on way before the term pedophile was even made. Well, to be fair, like, I don't think, you know, talking about it though, I don't know if, you know, even though, yes, you were required to get married by a certain age, because back in the day, by the time you turned 18, if you weren't married, you were considered too old to marry as a female. Which is really stupid, in my opinion. Well, I should say it the way I mean it. You were considered too old to marry and have kids with if you turned 18 and you didn't get a guy. Which was crazy. But still, you know, I mean, how are you going to call out somebody that's dating somebody who's a minor and then you turn around and date somebody who's a minor too? And then all of a sudden, it's different. No, the fuck it ain't. You gonna call out that person, you need to call yourself out too. I don't care who you are. It ain't no damn different. You gonna call one person out, you call another one out. Oh yeah, one of the big ones that I hear people talk about all the time is like how Pocahontas apparently was like was really young or whatever when she married John Smith. Or whatever, just to save her tribe or whatever. And it's like, you know, okay, but yeah, you're talking about like you're talking about basically mixed breeding or whatever in fantasy realms. And you know, that can be wrapped and brought right back to the whole topic that I've talked about before, about me disagreeing with Nick and Judy becoming a couple in Zootopia 2. To me, I don't like the idea, not because I don't think they would make a good couple, but because of the fact that Nick is too much of an asshole to consider anyone else's feelings. He's too self-centered. And Judy has a weakness for helping people. Their dynamic works better as friends. I don't care who you are. I don't care, you know, whatever. You know, you have a right to your opinion, yes. But don't go hating on me when my opinion is different. And that is what I ran into a lot when I was voicing my opinion on that. Was I had so many people that shipped Nick and Judy saying that I was heartless because of the fact that I disagreed with Nick and Judy getting together. And I'm like, what does that have anything to do No, Disney. No, I 100% believe that if Nick and Judy do get, or Disney does hook Nick and Judy together, they will 100% have children, because that's what the people want. And if Disney goes the whole route of making them a couple, people are going to start saying, "All right, you've made them a couple. I want to see them, you know, have children now." And then Disney will have no choice because they gave in to the first bit to give in to the second bit. But see, a lot of people don't realize, apparently, that what Disney did between Nick and Judy, and like when they were hinting at it so hard, and you can tell me what you want to, Disney was hinting at it heavily with the second film, that Nick and Judy were going to become a couple. And they were hinting at it in the trailers and the spoilers that they were giving. Like, everything that you saw coming out was hinting towards, oh, the second film, Nick and Judy are going to be a couple. And guess what happened? They didn't. It is all a marketing stunt that they know will work to get people to watch the movie and to rake in a buttload of money. That is all it's about. I mean, I've seen different concepts. There's been two concepts that I actually thought I liked. If Nick and Judy had kids and were a couple and all. One was that it would be one child, and it would have, I think if I remember correctly, the comic that was made, it was either the child had fox ears and a bunny tail, and had one of Judy's eyes and one of Nick's eyes, but Nick's fur color, or it was bunny ears, fox tail, Nick fur color, and I know it was Nick's fur color was in there, but like, I don't remember the rest of the details. And then there was another one where somebody basically made it to where they had different kids, and they all had like different traits. Like, so, alright, so there'd be a kid with bunny ears and a foxtail with Judy's fur color. Bunny ears and a foxtail, Nick's fur color. You know, fox ears, bunny tail. You know, you see where I'm saying, see where I'm going there. Basically, all the traits being there in different children. And I like the idea and I like the concept, but like, if you dig down deeper, if they put those kids in public school, they are gonna get bullied constantly. And not only that, but there's also the issue of, if you decide that you don't want your kid to be bullied in school, which that's going to be a fear for Nick, I believe, because he was bullied and stuff in school just for being a fox. So, he's going to worry about it probably more than Judy will. But if they decide to do that, one of them's going to have to quit their job to homeschool the children or the child, whatever. It just becomes one of those things where if you think too deep into it, it's one of those things. But then there's other couples that have been made in animated history that I kind of agree with. Diane Foxington and Mr. Wolf from The Bad Guys. I agreed with that one. I didn't think in my opinion, I didn't think they carried out them becoming a couple. I don't think they carried it out too well. But, whatever. They managed to fuck it up, but... No, see, that goes into a whole different thing. I've seen several comics where, you ain't kidding. But, I've seen several comics and stuff out there where Nick and Judy are arguing, and one of the ones that I found I think is really interesting, Nick and Judy are arguing, and one of the things that is said is Nick tells Judy, "You don't know what it's like to be a fox," and Judy says, "Well, you don't know what it's like to be a bunny." And then all of a sudden they switch basically animals, and Judy becomes a fox, Nick becomes a bunny, and it goes into this whole crazy thing. It was actually kind of entertaining. I hate the fact that the author didn't continue with it, honestly. Alright, now where am I parking you? B31. Alright, we need the sawmill. Alright, go that way. What is this? B3I. Alright, this one here. But yeah, like, it's really difficult, especially considering the fact that there's so many theories and stuff. Like, I remember hearing, apparently, that, one person was saying that the directors... And this is what makes me laugh. People are so desperate to see Nick and Judy become a couple, they're pulling out, like, theories out of their rear ends. Like, one theory I saw was that, it was always planned for Nick and Judy to become a couple, since the first film, and the directors had said so. That one, I think, is probably my favorite one that I think is pathetically stupid. Because if they were going to make Nick and Judy a couple, why didn't they? That's the question I like to ask with that. Like, okay, if that's true, then why didn't they just go on ahead and do it? Make it a single one-and-done film, Because there was never a plan to do that. What was said... And I remember reading this, what was said was that they let the end of the film kind of do its own thing, so that the fans. Uh-oh. Hold that thought. All right, come on. There we go. Come on. Burn it up. Come on. There we go. What was said was they left the end of the film open so that the fan theories could grow and everything. That was what was said. I remember that because I remember, I believe, reading it somewhere or something like that. That was what was said. That they had intentionally left the story off the way that they did to see what the fans would do, basically. That was the plan with that. And, for the most part, a lot of fans started, there's been like 2 different comic series that I've seen. Exactly. That's basically what they did. They wanted to see what the fans want. But see, the issue with that is what ended up happening is you get 2 groups of people. You get a group of people that don't want to see Nick and Judy get together, and then you have a group of people that do. So then what Disney did was screw themselves over, because now basically if they do one, they don't please the other, but if they do the other, they don't please one side. So then it becomes this massive fight to see which one they should do and which one they shouldn't do. And it just, basically at the end of the day, it becomes a big old fight between the fans. And the fans go at each other's necks because they don't get what they want. That's exactly why I got to a point with mine where I was like, you know what, I don't give a shit as long as the story's good. Because I just got sick of arguing with those people at that point. It just became one of those things where it was like, give me my money, damn it. Alright, now, I should have $36,000. Alright, Yeesh. Alright, cool. Alright, let's go on ahead and buy this. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Number of orders at the same time. So now, what is this locomotive? I need to figure out what this locomotive is. The DM3. Ooh, this is a nice looking locomotive. That's really, really nice. I like that. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I gotta get the SO60. $200? Eef. D6. Eef. It gets really expensive. I have to go and get my brother took care of right fast, so yeah, I'm not going all that way. I want to go somewhere I haven't been yet. Yeah, we'll do this one. I will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Alrighty. Let's do this one. Logistical hall. Do I not have that one? Oh, I don't. Okay. Well, can't do that one then. Shunting. 2 pickups. Prepare a train with boards for departure. Okay, I can do this one. Yeah. Alright. The ones that are in C4S. Which is which one? That's B. B. C4S. These ones here. How many of them am I grabbing? Oh. B1S and C4S and B4L. Oh, okay, that's easy. Yeah, that's easy. So we come over here first. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. Handbrake. There we go. I think I'm enjoying this a little too much. Alright, well, we gotta shunt these and get them loaded, so make a little bit of money over here, shunting and stuff. before I go and do this, I need to make sure that I'm getting the right cars. Deliver, load, okay. CF 76. Shit, I need to be on the other side, don't I? Yep, I sure as hell do. Alright, well. Glad I saw that before I decided to do this. I think we're going to do this mission here and make us a little bit of money, and then we're going to save it, and we'll come back to this later. I'll definitely be streaming this more. I do like this game. It's very entertaining, very fun to play. As a matter of fact, better yet, I have a better idea. I'm going to end this stream right here with us grabbing these cars. And when we come back, we'll do it again. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, I don't like the fact that it auto-saves. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everybody has a lovely day. I had a blast with this game, even though not many people joined in to watch and talk. This game, just off of what I've played so far, it is definitely a 10 out of 10 for me. So I hope everybody has a lovely day, and remember,